How's it going, everybody? My name is Brayden Hallberg, and my presentation is on the importance of a well-rounded diet. Let's just say you walk into a grocery store, and what item typically grabs your attention when you're walking in there? So if you're the type of person that you'll see something and you're going to just buy it right away, what does the food typically have in it? Or like what is it normally considered? Typically you're going to get something that's like sweet or sugary, and everyone just kind of goes into their cravings. When they say like don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry, you'll kind of just go right into it. You'll go straight to the food that you're thinking of and you're going to buy it right away. So going into that, the general population needs to have a balanced, healthy diet. It provides you with numerous amounts of things like energy, the nutrients for your body to be functioning at a healthy and efficient rate. It's also, for you to be able to survive. I mean, if you don't have the key nutrients, your body's just going to be, low functioning. It's not going to be at its best. Combining a healthy diet with just a great lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, just that working out aspect, it just kind of doubles it and enhances everything. It reduces the risk of heart disease and cancer and obesity. For me, like in my family, typically we're always big on like staying in shape. We played tons of sports growing up, basketball being one, football being one. For me, unfortunately, I competed and I let all of that kind of go out of my head. I just kind of fell into a hole, just tons of fast food, got myself into terrible shape and paid the prices for it and had to kind of work myself up the mountain. But my first topic is talking about the reasons and excuse for people not having a good diet. To start, people like to say that they're too busy with things going on in their life. They can't meal prep. They can't cook the foods. And all of it honestly just comes down to time management and just being lazy. I think the cost overall for me, what I'm paying is like 50, 60 every 4 to 5 days, which is typically not too much for a single individual myself. But I'm also bodybuilding, so it's completely different. But typically people will like to go to fast food restaurants, and that's a lot more expensive. So for example, typically like a Starbucks, like a coffee, people anywhere from like $2, $3. Typically most people will get like, a sandwich with it that'll be like an additional $4. So you're spending already $8 when you could get a pack of beef, which is like 16 ounces, and it is a healthy alternative, lean beef. Typically that's like $8. So, it's just kind of picking what you want. People like to say that dieting is way too confusing, but if you take into this one term, it's calories in, calories out. So if you're trying to lose weight, calories out. If you're burning more, you're going to lose weight. But also putting on muscle, it's just learning the macros, proteins, fats, carbs. It's just simple things like that. If you can get like apps such as MyFitnessPal and like macro and calorie trackers, it's going to make everything 100 times easier. But yeah, also it's just, if you don't want to go into that, counting calories, you can always just portion control and just kind of eat the same thing, roughly about the same thing every day, or just, just read the labels on the boxes and, try to balance it out. My next one is having a well-balanced diet prevents sickness and illnesses. Foods with added sugar trigger the liver to dump high amounts of fats into the bloodstream. A high sugar diet can lead to insulin resistance and tissues disrupting the endocrine system. Typically, this can add extra weight to your body and weakening your bones and making your organs work harder, so like heart disease and stuff like that. Although the studies have shown that alcohol can be a cardioprotective, have cardioprotective effects, this is only true if it's in small amounts. And most people typically nowadays, they just kind of they go crazy. So, that's not ideal. It's not going to happen. Also, too much alcohol can increase blood sugar or blood pressure, lead to heart failure, dementia, and then the risk of colorectal, breast, liver, mouth, larynx, and pharynx, and esophagus cancer. So just like a ton of cancers altogether. It's just not a good thing. It's basically just putting poison in your bodies, Just make smart decisions. Plants such as vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, just everything like key foods that you would typically think of have all the key nutrients and vitamins that just, your body needs, like fiber, which helps against some cancers, The next one, Having a well-balanced diet improves your mental health and your confidence in a whole. Um, basically, researchers have found that fasting links between what we eat and it goes to your mental health. When it comes to confidence and self-esteem, your diet and making necessary choices to, change it. It helps reduce stress and anxiety. So you just, you feel better about yourself walking around in a shirt, it's everything you worked hard for, you just feel great about yourself. Your mood's improved and you just feel 110%. You feel super comfortable in your skin. Certain things like the macros, like carbs, they can improve the serotonin in your brain. It can be found in proteins. It's important to just kind of like stray away, not just go to one protein source. Like it's important to get multiple. So like beef, eggs, chicken, just anything like that. All those have just key nutrients. Everything is different. Like eggs have the omega-3s and chicken and all that have just way different ones, everything your body needs. It's true, like drinking alcohol may give you that slight confidence boost because you remove the buzz and everything like that, but it's not like when you have that boost from, just having a nicer body, having that health, that good health aspect, and, just feeling good about yourself. It's not that little one short-term type thing, because it is a stimulant, and then at the end of the day, after you're all partying and stuff, you're gonna have it's a depressant as well. So the next day you're gonna be feeling those side effects, and you're gonna feel like garbage. Avoid drinking. Recommended for guidelines at least 2 alcohol-free days a week. So if you're removing alcohol from your system, you're gonna just overall feel better. Just because, like, speaking from experience, if you're drinking and then you're coming off of it, you're craving it. You're upset and you're sad, and it's just not good. If you're not feeling too good about yourself, typically most people, if like they're just like they don't really care what they eat, so they eat sugary snacks. Typically, that's you get that one little like brownie, and you feel great for a second, and then you have that garbage feeling, and you just feel like garbage. It spikes your blood sugar levels, and it affects your mood drastically. It'll leave you feeling drawn, lethargic, and mostly, like if you're craving a snack, try to go for like some nuts or some fruit. It's just a healthy alternative. Alrighty. Healthy diet is good for growth in an individual. Typically, like children, the kids that don't get enough nutrients and healthy alternatives typically, don't have efficient growth. So if you look at kids in like third world countries that don't have access to key nutrients and vitamins, they just have, they have defects in their faces, their teeth. They're not growing the right way. They're going to be, they're just frail, very bony. It's just not, their organs, their insides are paying a huge price, just because they're not being able to get that. Eating a variety of nutrient-dense foods leaves less room for calorie dense that typically lead to weight gain. These are foods such as processed foods, fatty or sugary snacks that would have little nutritional value. Eating a balanced diet typically can revolve around your height. There's lots of studies online that show that having a very well-balanced diet, it can result in just proper growth. So if you're not getting, there's certain foods that I think it's in processed foods that it kind of stunts and it doesn't really give you the full effect. So if you're eating protein and just an overall well diet, you're going to get the best efficient growth. You'll hit your peak basically. If you're throwing that all away, you're not going to get the limit. You'll say you're supposed to be 6'5", you'll be 6'1". It could be a huge determining factor. Okay. The last one is well balanced diet can keep body in overall good condition. The nutrients from the foods that we get gives our cells the ability to perform the necessary functions that we can do. So like let's say you're eating right, you're having your chicken, your rice, your broccoli. It's just a typical staple diet that most people do. Going into the gym, you're going to get a lot better workout than someone that would, get McDonald's and have a Big Mac before they go in, because it's truthfully whatever you put in your body, it's fuel. So if you're putting in premium gas for a premium car, it's going to run smooth. But if you're putting regular gas in like a Lamborghini, it's not going to run smooth. So there's your comparison. Also, the nutrients in your food support the activities of day-to-day living. They protect your cells from environmental damage, repair any cellular damage. So say like, if you go to the gym, we're going back to this. So if you go to the gym and you tear down those muscle fibers when you're doing every workout, if you have the key nutrients, you have your rice or just your carbs, your proteins, and your fats, your body's going to recover a whole lot faster than you're just going to say like, Burger King and getting, some chicken nuggets and some fries. You're not going to feel good afterwards. You're not going to grow at the same rate that somebody else who's locked in is doing, it's all pick and choose. Also, high blood pressure or hypertension may result in heart failure and premature death. That's one of the main things if you're just eating processed foods. A diet that's high in like whole grains, poultry, fish, red meat, you just reduce the risk of hypertension. Also, just combining a healthy diet overall can just lead to a better just healthy overall body for yourself and just have better results. And overall, I just want to say that having a healthy body or just healthy diet in general is just key for yourself to just stay confident, happy, and just living the best life you can. Because when you have everything optimized in that way, just all your functions, what you do throughout this life, it's just going to be enhanced. So like say you won't get sick as much just because your body's well taken care of. You're getting the key nutrients to fight off every infection you can, rather than someone who, goes to a fast food restaurant every day and gets that greasy processed food that's pumped with hormones. It's not going to help you move at an efficient rate. So, and that concludes my project.